to Galaxy Manifesto. This is Yvonne. On the journey of learning love and wisdom, we're never alone. If this is your first time here, I just want to say welcome. This is a space where we use color perception to begin an inner journey, learning to trust our sixth sense, explore the subconscious, and move towards self-healing and emotional growth. Can you believe it's already the first week of June? The beginning of this month feels like opening a fresh new chapter. The energy of summer is quietly rising, and nature seems to be reminding us it's time to awaken, time to stretch, time to live in a way that's more aligned with who we truly are. According to astrology, the sun is currently moving through Gemini, bringing a wave of communication, inspiration, and curiosity. You might feel a sudden desire to learn something new, to talk to someone who really gets you, or to question old beliefs. Maybe deep down, your heart is beginning to ask, what kind of life do I truly want to live? And so today, we're going to flow with the energy shift starting from color perception, intuition, and the subconscious to explore what your soul has really been trying to say. Next, we're moving into our watercolor time. This part isn't about how good your painting is. It's simply a way to help you find a calming, focused activity that helps you unwind. You can paint along with me, or just grab a notebook or tablet and jot down your thoughts as I share. I have included today's reflection notes and a free digital journal in the description box. Feel free to download if you're interested. In the last video, I introduced the 10 core meaning behind the color combination card, purple on top, the purple on the bottom. A key piece in my self-developed color perception method. And today, I want to explore a tender, very real question with you. I know I love him or her, but why do I always feel afraid to get too close?
Have you ever felt this way too? You love someone deeply, but somehow you always find yourself keeping a little distance. When they try to get closer, it's like there's an invisible wall inside you, something that makes you quietly step back. This push and pull can be confusing and exhausting. You long for closeness, yet at the same time you feared it. But hey, don't be too hard on yourself. You are not strange, and you are definitely not alone. In fact, many people carry a fear of intimacy deep inside, and often it's not because you don't love the other person enough. It's because somehow in the past, love came with pain. So today, let's gently explore the part of you that wants to get close, but doesn't feel safe to. The fear of intimacy and the wounds of abandonment. Your fear of getting close isn't because you don't love the other person. It's because deep down, you carry the memory of being abandoned or hurt. Think about it. If you ever given your heart fully in a relationship, offering trust and love, but only to be left behind, that kind of pain cuts deep. It leaves a scar that doesn't just disappear, and from that moment on, your heart might start to associate closeness with danger. To protect yourself, your subconscious quietly builds a wall and whispers, "Don't get too close again. Closeness means pain." This is what the fear of intimacy often is. It's a subconscious defense mechanism. When a relationship begins to feel truly close or emotionally intense, your inner alarm goes off. You might start to feel anxious or unsettled without knowing why, so you pull away. You come up with reasons to create distance. The closer someone gets, the more your instinct tells you to run. Your mind may have linked intimacy with getting hurt, so every time you try to love again, that old memory resurfaces and holds you back. In fact, psychological studies shows that people who experience early emotional trauma, such as losing a parent in childhood, may grow up unconsciously resisting intimacy and happiness. In other words, even if you say you want love on the surface, deep down, your system has learned to fear what might come after love. Loss. You might feel torn, wanting love but afraid of being seen, craving closeness, yet terrified of losing control. The truth is, you're not afraid of love itself. You're afraid of loving too deeply, only to be left behind again. That fear of being abandoned is the hidden truth beneath many intimacy fears. But here is the healing part. Once you understand this, you can start looking at your fear with compassion. It's not weakness, it's just your heart's ways of protecting you. Is it your subconscious using distance to protect you? Have you ever wondered if your subconscious is using emotional distance to keep you safe? Think about it. Was there ever a time in your life when getting too close to someone ended in pain? Did that experience leave such a deep mark that, without even realizing it, you decide maybe it's just safer to keep some distance? Could it be that your subconscious has quietly adopted this strategy, pushing people away just enough so they don't get too close, so they can't hurt you again? For example, maybe you once have a deeply intense relationship where you gave your whole heart, your trust, your love, everything, only to end up hurting, betrayed, or abandoned. That kind of experience can leave you with invisible scars. Now, just the thought of opening up fully again might bring a wave of fear. What if history repeats itself? Or maybe during your childhood, you tried so hard to connect with someone important, perhaps a parent or a best friend, but were met with disappointment. Maybe you longed for affection but never received it, or perhaps someone you trust just drifted away without explanation. These early emotional wounds often teach us a painful lesson. Closeness brings pain. Better to stay distant, then I won't get hurt. In those moments, stepping back may have been your only way to protect yourself. Creating space gave you control. It shielded you from the heartbreak of being rejected again. And over time, the belief distant equals safety may have become imprinted in your subconscious. Even now, when someone kind and trustworthy enters your life, you might still hear that inner alarm go off, pushing you to retreat before anything gets too close or too real. But here's the thing. This isn't because you don't crave love or value meaningful connection. It's because there's a part of you, a part that is still healing, that's trying to protect you from being hurt again. That distance you create, it's a survival mechanism, a shield. But when protection becomes a wall, it can also keep love out. And that's the paradox. While your fear is trying to keep you safe, it might also be preventing you from receiving the intimacy and happiness you truly long for. Intuition versus subconscious reaction. How to practice awareness. So, when we feel the urge to pull away from someone, how can we tell if it's our intuition warning us or just an old subconscious fear trying to protect us? Learning to tell the difference can help us make choices that are more aligned with what we truly need inside. First, try paying attention to the quality of each inner voice. Intuition usually feels calm and steady, like a gentle, wise friend softly guiding you. In contrast, fear tends to be loud, urging, and sharp, often filled with anxiety and self-doubt. Intuition brings a sense of clarity and groundedness, even when it leads you to make a tough decision. There's a quiet confidence that says, yes, this feels right. Fear, on the other hand, often shows up with physical stress signals, like an alarm goes off inside you, which making you want to escape or shut down. Next time, when you feel discomfort or the urge to back away from someone you care about, try pausing for a moment. Take a deep breath and gently check in with your body. What are you feeling? Is it your heart racing? Is there tightness in your chest or knot in your stomach? If so, it's likely that fear has taken the wheel, not intuition. But if a thought simply arises with a soft, neutral clarity and you don't feel a surge of emotion or panic, then that might be your true intuitive voice speaking. You can use your body's response to help you tell the differences. Intuition often comes with a sense of calm or openness in the body. Fear usually triggers physical tensions like tight shoulders, shallow breath, and clenched muscles. These signals can act like emotional breadcrumbs, guiding you back to what's really going on inside. It also helps to reflect during quiet moments. Can you recall times in the past when you follow your intuition and it turned out to be the right move? What about times when fear disguised itself as gut feeling, but you later realized it was just self-protection? Over time, this kind of reflection will help you recognize what each voice feels like. Of course, this awareness takes practice. In the beginning, it's normal to feel unsure or confused, but the truth is, the more you stay curious and gentle with yourself, the clearer your inner signals will become. Eventually, when that old pull to retrieve shows up, you will be able to pause and ask yourself, is it this really my intuition? Or is it this my unhealed wound trying to keep me safe? And that moment of pause, that's where healing begins. Because when you choose awareness, you're no longer reacting. You are responding with presence, clarity, and self-compassion. Between moving closer and pulling away, understanding inner conflict and defense mechanism. Have you ever felt like there are two voices living inside you? One longing for love and connection, and the other urging you to step back and protect yourself. This inner tug of war can be confusing and exhausting. You want to get close to someone, but at the same time, you find yourself pulling away without knowing why. This is a very real experience for many people. One reader once shared their story. Whenever I get close to my partner, I start feeling annoyed for no reason and wanted to run away. But when we grow distant, I start missing the closeness again. Even small things can make me feel unloved, and then I push him away. Sounds contradictory, right? Yet, it's a common dynamic for those with emotional wounds. Those people who fear both losing someone and being hurt by them. In relationship, they often show up as distant one moment and clingy the next. Some psychological articles describe this as a pattern of wanting closeness because you're afraid to lose the other person, while also wanting to avoid intimacy because you fear getting hurt. When these two forces pull against each other, your behavior can become inconsistent. Without realizing it, you may repeat certain defense mechanisms, like suddenly picking on your partner's flaws just when things are going well, or becoming emotionally distant after a sweet moment, all as a way to create space. Or maybe when your partner expresses deep love or commitment, you find excuse to avoid seeing them, subconsciously trying to return to a safe distance. These actions might seem like you are sabotaging the relationship, but in truth, they often come from a hidden place of self-protection. which is your inner self trying to shield you from potential pain. To truly understand this approach avoid pattern, we need to start with self-awareness. Reflect on this. When do you usually start pulling away? Is it when things start feeling too good or too close? Do you suddenly feel uneasy in moments of happiness or intimacy? Is it possible that certain behavior from your partner trigger old wounds, like moments where you once felt ignored or hurt? We can fix emotional repression by repressing more. The only way to loosen the grip of your defense is through gentle awareness. Ask yourself, in that moment when I wanted to back away, what was I really afraid of? Sometimes the answer might be tender and raw. I'm afraid if I express my true feeling, they will think I'm too much. Or I'm afraid if I cry, they will stop loving me. Identifying these triggers and writing them down can help you understand your own protective pattern more clearly. And when you notice yourself slipping into that push-pull behavior again, please don't judge yourself. You're not trying to hurt your partners or ruin the relationship. You're just following the only response your heart once learned to survive. But today, you have the power to care for that part of you differently. You might say to yourself gently, I know you're scared of being hurt again. Thank you for trying to protect me. But this situation isn't the same as before. I'm safe now, and I'm willing to trust that we will be okay. With these self-compassionate words, you begin to calm the part of you that's still holding on the fear and invite it to soften. Understanding and accepting your defense mechanism is the beginning of healing. The moment you realize, oh, I'm pulling away again, you're already gaining a bit more freedom. It's the freedom to choose a new way forward instead of reacting from old habits. Over time, when fear shows up again, you will be able to say, I see you, you are just an old shadow, you don't define my reality anymore. And that's when you will begin to let the right person in without losing yourself in the process. Self-healing practice. Embracing the part of you that fears rejection. Here, I want to invite you to join me in a simple but deeply gentle inner dialogue practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, slowly, deeply. Now, imagine sitting across from a version of yourself, the part of you that's afraid to get close, afraid of being rejected. Maybe it's your childhood self. Maybe it's you from a past relationship, deeply hurt and trying to protect yourself. Look at them. They might be quiet, withdrawn, or pretending to be strong while their eyes quietly avoid yours. Now, softly say to them, I know you're scared. I know you tried to get close once, only to be pushed away. But I want you to know that today you are not alone anymore. I'm here with you now. I'm willing to listen. I'm here to help carry the weight of that longing for connection that you haven't felt safe to express. Place your hand gently over your heart. Imagine holding that version of yourself in a warm, protective embrace. Let these words repeat softly again and again until that past version of you begins to feel seen, understood, and held in safety and kindness. Once you settle and begin to relax, you can begin your writing practice. It's a heartfelt conversation with the part of you that feels afraid of getting too close. You can sit down in a place where you feel safe and at ease. Take a few deep breaths to calm your mind and body. Prepare your paper and pen or tablet. Give yourself permission to enter this space with kindness and openness. Begin by writing about 3 moments when you held back your true feelings. And then ask yourself, what would have happened if I had spoke up? What was the worst I feared? Could I have handled it? Is it possible the other person might have understood me? Next, write this prompt at the top of your page. What am I really afraid of? What do I fear will happen if I get too close to someone I truly love? Let your thoughts and emotions flow freely. There's no need to judge or censor. Every whisper from within is worth hearing and writing them down. Now, imagine that this fear is like an old friend, or maybe your inner child. They are gentle, protective, and just trying to help. Ask yourself, what is this fear trying to protect me from? Write down everything that little voice might say to you. It could be like, I just don't want you to get hurt again. I don't want to see you cry. Pause and sit with these words. Let yourself feel them. Now, I invite you to write a soft and loving letter in response to that fearful part of you. You might say something like, thank you for always reminding me to be careful. I know you are trying to protect my heart from being hurt again. I understand your intention, and I want you to know I believe I'm slowly healing. I'm learning to trust love again, one step at a time. This writing dialogues helps you see your emotional patterns more clearly and feel the warmth of understanding and self-compassion. If you would like, end this practice with a small promise in your journal to your inner child. I will walk with you as we learn how to love again. You don't have to face fear alone anymore. The true power of this writing is that it gently rebuilds the trust between you and your subconscious, one word at a time. To close, I would like to invite you to practice a few gentle yet empowering affirmations with me. Whenever you feel afraid of intimacy or the urge to withdraw, try repeating these words softly in your heart. Let these new beliefs gently sink in, helping to heal all wounds, one breath at a time. I'm safe to love and open my heart. I'm releasing my fear of intimacy and choosing to welcome new connections with love and trust. I'm worthy of healthy, sincere, and emotionally safe relationships. I'm learning to let down my walls and allow trustworthy people into my life. I'm free to express my needs and emotions with confidence. I'm not defined by past rejections. I'm learning to trust love again. I'm opening myself to closeness and connection. I'm already enough, just as I am.
Thank you for spending your time with me today, all the way to the end. Right now, take a moment to deeply embrace yourself, because you are already taking a powerful step into a precious journey of self-awareness. What we talked about today, the fear of intimacy, it's not your fault. And it's not because you're not enough. It's simply a gentle whisper from the part of you that's sensitive. Perhaps once heard quietly saying, I'm not quite ready yet, but I'm learning to trust. That fear, it actually shows how deeply you long to be loved, to be seen. It's not a flaw, it's a signal, a sign that you have been protecting yourself, waiting for the right moment to feel safe enough to get closer. Remember, intimacy and love are not instant. They are capacity we practice again and again. And you? Yes, you are already walking this path and doing beautifully. You don't need to become someone who has not fear. You just need to take one small step even while you're afraid. That trembling step forward, that's your truest inner courage. From the 9 affirmations we shared today, choose the one that resonates most with you. Repeat it to yourself 3 times a day. And over time, you will start feel something shift. Trust the connection quietly taking roots in your life. As we close this video, I just want to gently remind you, if you often find yourself wanting to get closer in a relationship, but then pulling away without meaning to, it's probably not because you don't love enough. It's that your fear is still trying to protect you. That protection isn't wrong. It's your subconscious remembering pain from the past, still learning how to trust again. So try saying this to that part of you. Thank you for keeping me safe all this time. Now let's try moving forward together. You don't need to rush. You don't need to open your whole heart all at once. Every little step you take, every time you are willing to try again, is something to celebrate. Because each time you choose closeness, you light up a little lantern of trust in your heart, and that light will gently guide you toward deeper love and connection. So may you walk gently in your own rhythm, embracing your past wounds, honoring who you are now, and trusting that the version of you in the future will have even more strength to love and to be loved. In our next episode, we will continue exploring deeper topics around self-awareness and emotional evolution. Gratitude to the universe. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share so more people can discover the magic and meaning of color perception, intuition, and soul connection. Until next time, yoo-hoo!